Good afternoon, colleagues. Dear Honorable Chair Flexer, Chair Blumenthal, Ranking Member Sampson, and Master Francesco, Vice Chairs Honig, Morin Bello, Osborne, and members of the Government Administrations and Elections Committee. I'm here today to express my support for HB 5530, an act concerning a study of absentee ballot access in unconsolidated cities and boroughs within a town. I want to thank the committee for raising the bill and holding a public hearing. The city of Groton is in my district that I represent here, and this has a profound impact on my residents. In 2025, the city of Groton hosted its first contested election since moving its election from May to November. This election exposed a problem when it came to accessing an absentee ballot. Currently, when you go on the Secretary of State's website and you select Groton, where the city of Groton is in the municipal borders, you get a ballot for the town election, which you are supposed to, but you do not get your city ballot. So you're technically eligible to vote in two elections. The process currently is on the Secretary of State's website. There's no way for boroughs or unconsolidated cities to access an absentee ballot through the Secretary of State's website. You actually have to request it from the city clerk's office directly. So what I'm asking the committee to do is pass this study so we can kind of find a solution that doesn't impact our current absentee ballot proposals that we have, absentee ballot application processes that we have in the state. We won't need this until the 2027 election, hence why we're doing a study now and trying to figure out some of the solutions. I hope you can support moving the legislation forward, and I'm here to answer any questions.
Thank you, Representative. Questions from the committee? Oh, Senator Flexer.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good afternoon, Representative.
Good afternoon, Senator. It's good to see you.
Nice to see you, too. And I'm really grateful to you for bringing this to our attention. You know, when we encouraged entities that had the May elections to move to November, one of the reasons was for increased participation. I think I can say this. I'm pretty sure what I'm about to say is accurate. The only election I ever missed in my life was a borough election.
In Danielson, correct? In
Danielson, exactly. Because it was on a Monday and not a Tuesday. And so, you know, part of the reason we made this change and encouraged these elections to be held in November was to increase participation. I think that election I missed, 9 people voted. And so I'm wondering, you know, what is the reason you're asking for a study instead of just making these accessible to all elections? I actually had consultation with the Secretary of State's office when this problem was happening, because the city clerk and town clerk were communicating, trying to make sure that people who had applied on the Secretary of State's website knew that they had to go apply separately for a city ballot. So one of the solutions I had was just sending immediately a City of Groton ballot with a Groton resident who confines in the district. A potential problem with that, though, is it's all the same zip code. So you could potentially have, getting the request, you could potentially have somebody who lives in the town but doesn't live in the city getting a city ballot. And then the other one is if you added the individual boroughs to the list, they don't oversee our elections for the General Assembly and the state elections. So somebody could request a City of Groton ballot on the Secretary of State's website by clicking on City of Groton, but not actually getting anything because they don't have the jurisdiction, they're not overseeing that election. So those are the two solutions I came up with. The Secretary of State's office had some technical issues that they were kind of trying to work through. There was something in the law that they felt, I can't speak to what it exactly was, that prohibited them from doing it, hence why we're going to study it and hopefully get something passed next year so we can have it in time for the 2027 election. Great. Thank you. Thank you very much for that answer, and thanks for your advocacy on this legislation. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Further questions from the committee? Let's make sure I'm looking at Zoom. Seeing none, thanks very much for being with us.
Thanks, colleagues. Good to see you.